Students are returning to the campus of Siena College for the first time since March.
But many of them will have to spend time in quarantine before they can attend classes. Dan Levy's live in Loudonville, and he's got our top story.
Benita, Jim, good evening. You know, it isn't easy for anyone, let alone a young college student, to walk into a small room and then to stay in that room for 14 straight days. But for certain students returning here to Siena College, they don't have a choice. Siena College junior Meredith McElroy was back on campus today for the first time since classes abruptly ended in March. Her parents drove her from just outside Raleigh, North Carolina, and because the Tar Heel State is considered high risk for coronavirus, Meredith is one of about 140 Siena students who will be quarantined at Snyder Hall for the first 2 weeks of the school year.
I think it's going to be a lot of relaxing, trying to just figure out what life in a college campus is like again, probably meeting just the other students who are in quarantine, and especially the new incoming freshmen who their situation is so unique, and just kind of honestly leaning on each other and making sure that everyone is mentally, physically, spiritually doing all right.
In advance of the students' arrival, school staff was readying 70 dorm rooms for 140 students, spreading sheets and blankets and pillowcases where 2 students will live in each room together for 2 weeks.
We've hired more staff. We've made sure that things are tip-top form to make sure everything's clean and good to go. Temperatures will be taken, symptoms will be marked down. Health services is going to be notified if something goes wrong, if maybe symptoms are spiking up, that way we can identify maybe a room switch.
Until the quarantine period expires, Meredith McElroy, a psychology major, concedes she's in for a challenge.
I think for me to maintain my sanity, it's going to be a lot of FaceTiming my family, talking to my friends, my roommate who still isn't here. Honestly, probably a lot of praying to keep my sanity.
Well, interestingly, Meredith's roommate is from Massachusetts, which means she will not have to quarantine. And so those 2 young women will be able to room together here at Snyder Hall once Meredith's quarantine period ends. Live in Loudonville, Dan Levy, News Channel 13. Jim and Benita.
Thank you, Dan.